But yeah, man, what's up? You been pretty busy lately?
I have, man.
Yeah.
Just feels like there's not enough time. The week's too short.
It is, dude. It's very short. And then what? You only get like 2 days off a week?
Yeah.
And one of those days you spend it here?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
My thought was, what if we just add an extra day to the week? An 8th day, if you will.
A bonus day?
A boner day.
Max boner?
Max boner. You get to walk around the house with a boner all day.
If you had a bonus day, or in your case a boner day, what would you call it?
Well, I think the weeks, let me see here. I think the days, yeah. So the days they come from planet and God tradition.
God tradition? Like
So-
Jesus Christ, or?
The gods, you know?
Oh, the gods.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like which gods? Like the Greek gods? Roman?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sunday is about the sun. Monday, the moon. Tuesday is Mars. Wednesday is Mercury.
Words are hard, huh?
Thursday is Jupiter.
Make you stupider.
And Friday is Venus. Saturday
Venus.
is Saturn.
So what's left?
Uranus Day.
So there was an 8th day. You would call it Uranus Day.
Uranus Day.
So you can sit around in Uranus all day?
Pretty much.
Oh. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of A-Town Talk, the #1 podcast in Anthony, Texas.
The only
one. My name's
because the camera's on this side.
That's true. It's different.
And then I did it with my left hand.
You're inverted?
Yeah.
My name's Johnny. This is Sal. And today we are joined by a very special guest. First of her kind here. Does that sound offensive? No. Okay.
No offense taken.
No offense taken. She is a licensed psychotherapist, a business owner, entrepreneur, creator of La Pausa y un Café.
Yep.
And La Pausa, her actual business is called La Pausa.
Yes.
See, I butchered it. I told you I was going to butcher it.
No, you didn't butcher it at all. It's La Pausa Psychotherapy practice.
There you go.
Yeah.
She is the one and only. She is Adriana.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. Yeah, we're a little nervous today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, you're not nervous?
No.
Oh, it's just me. Never mind.
Why are you nervous?
Because you're a therapist, and I was thinking like she's gonna scan us as soon as we walk in.
Definitely not.
And she's gonna break us down, and by the end of the episode, I'm gonna be crying and rolled up in a fetal position.
I'm excited to do this as a podcast and not as work, so don't make me work.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I was saying, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get a free therapy session out of it. You know?
Honestly, a lot of my friends think I'm always working, like I'm always wearing my therapist hat, but I'm not. Like, if it helps, I'll put my cup of wine in my hand.
double fisting.
Because I'm not in therapist mode right now. I'm happy to talk about therapy and all things therapy and mental health, but definitely not wearing my therapist hat for you all, my friends.
Nice. Well, it is Men's Mental Health Awareness, so that's why we wanted to bring you on board and touch up on it. And I was going to say, we have duct tape if you want to duct tape those to your hands.
So they don't fall.
Yeah. It's like, what do you call it? 40 hands?
40 hands.
Honestly, I'm that person that always has like a 3-drink minimum. And it's usually like this, like a fun drink, an energy drink, and then water, of course,
nice
to stay alive.
Balance. Yeah. That's good. So you said that, that your friends often, see you that way. Is that a thing where like people act different around you every time you walk into a room?
Sometimes I think when I walk into a room, right, like if there's strangers in the room, they don't know I'm a therapist, so I try to keep it to myself. But like if I get on a plane or something and somebody starts making small talk, I definitely keep it to myself because then you'll get like these crazy stories that you weren't even trying to hear. But amongst like friends and stuff, like they know I'm a therapist, And so I think since becoming licensed, a lot of my friends definitely maybe like talk to me and maybe see me more like as a professional, but I always remind them, like, I'm not your therapist, girl. I will tell you to burn that man's house down. Because I can, and I can't tell my clients that. So it's a big difference there in how I treat my clients.
I'm kind of small talk challenged, I guess. Like I have a hard time doing that. And I see a lot of people that I know what their profession is, and I always revert to what that is. So example, the weatherman came in I work in retail, and I was ringing him up and I'm like, oh, so how's the weather? Because I knew it was a weatherman from TV. But I do feel like people resort to that. And I hate the question when they ask, like, how's work? And I think I told you that. I don't know. I just feel like I would want to talk about other things than what I usually do.
100%. I think because we like associate our identities with like our work, we, like you said, resort to talking about that right away, right? But I like to remind people like, you're not your job. I'm not my job. I'm a human first and then a therapist second. But yeah, I think in small talk especially, we feel safe talking about like work only, right? Because it is safe. People like are, especially, and weather, like things like the weather, right? So that guy hit the jackpot.
I just think like being a weatherman, how many times does he get that? Like that's such a joke where he's probably like one more time and I'm going to just.
For real.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I can burn this ship down. Yeah. When I worked retail, I hated when people, they would ask me for a price and I would go and sometimes they wouldn't have a tag. Like 9 times out of 10, they would be like, oh, I guess it's free. And I'm like, haha, I haven't heard of that one before.
Real original.
Yeah, fucking original, bro. But yeah, it's so stupid, dude. But that is a very South thing to do. Like,
yeah, either that or run.
Just turn around.
Be like, bye.
Avoid at all costs.
So I don't know if you've heard of this term, but outrovert. Have you ever heard of an outrovert?
I have. Yeah. So it's like where people are both introverts and extroverted, right?
Yeah. So we diagnose Sal with that. We think that's what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So maybe throughout the pod, kind of just keep an eye on him and then let us know at the end if we're right.
Deal.
Yeah, because that's we just went off of like ChatGPT, really.
Well, we talk nothing but facts here.
We do. We are in 100% facts and facts only.
I'm curious what y'all typed into ChatGPT to get it to tell you that.
I took a picture of him and I'm like, describe him.
Must be an outrovert.
Yeah. Something else came up, but I'm not going to say that on here.
Okay.
Ooh, secrets. On the tea.
Speaking of ChatGPT, this is something very common nowadays, and I'm sure you've heard of this. But a lot of people use ChatGPT as their therapist.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. So, and I may or may have not. I plead the fifth on that. But what's your take on that as a professional?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess a short version of that first is that you can't replace therapy simply because what you go to therapy for isn't like just the techniques, right? Like that's kind of what I'm giving away at La Pausa y un Café, right? Like the techniques and tools that people can apply. But what you can't replicate with AI is like the relationship that you create with your client, that I get to create with my clients, right? Like there's this safety, there's this like undescribable relationship that happens with my therapy clients, right? And for me too, because I've been in therapy and I know what it's like to create that relationship with a therapist, right? And like it's just so different. So you can't get that from AI, no matter how hard you try.
Yeah, no matter how much you change their voice to sound.
Yeah, how you want it to.
Experience, right?
I'm just saying, I've heard.
So what, I can't remember. It's something where patients fall in love with their nurses.
Oh yeah.
Because of, what was it called?
It's the name of somebody.
Yeah, that happens. Are you talking about like Stockholm syndrome?
Kind of. That's what I said.
That's what
he's like, what the fuck is that? So to clarify, okay, I did write it down. It was Nightingale syndrome.
I haven't heard that one. Yeah, actually, no. Yes, we did talk about it once. Yeah, so it can happen, right? Like, for sure with nurses, I think there's also like the stereotype of like hot nurses and stuff, and gender roles come into play and all of that. But like, generally speaking, most nurses are female, right? And females are more objectified, sexually speaking. And so, But yeah, Nightingale syndrome is real. It's just like Stockholm syndrome. And it happens, but I mean, I think it's pretty rare, just like Stockholm syndrome.
Have you experienced anything like that with your practice?
Like clients who have experienced that syndrome?
Or with you, like somebody like...
Got it. Yeah, like where people confess their love for me. Yeah.
Where they're like, Adriana, we've been going to therapy for 4 months and I think it's time to get married.
Yeah. Maybe not to that extreme, but for sure, like it can happen. And it has happened to me a couple of times, like a handful of times maybe, but it's really... number one, first and foremost, the therapist's job to like hold that boundary and remind the client like that maybe what they're feeling is that safety that we were talking about, right? And not to be confused with attraction, right? Or like feelings of love and stuff like that. And that's not to say like clients can't love their therapist, right? I love my therapist. I love her, but not in that way, right? Like I know that there's a professional relationship that we have where boundaries are understood and we each like uphold our end of that. Yeah. And same thing when it's happened for me. Like I've definitely, you shut it down real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. It's interesting to say that you have a therapist because I think like if, for example, with me, whenever I'm at an event and I see other videographers there, I'm always like watching what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
I check out their equipment. I'm like, they have that certain lens and I'm like, fucking amateur, you know? So do you have something similar like that when you're with your therapist?
100%. Like, I think I'm just like subtly like checking, or I think in the beginning it happened a lot, like not so much actively like in our sessions, like checking to see what modality she's using or where she's pulling from, like theoretically, but more so like how she says the things that like we're doing, right? Because as a therapist, people don't realize like they're like, oh, you're just listening to people. And it's like, no, like we're reading body language. We're thinking about like their history. We're thinking about all these things. Like it's like that little meme, it's like all the formulas all around. Like that's what we're doing when we're in a session, right? Like therapists aren't just listening. It's a lot more than that. And then we're also thinking about what to say and how to say it, right? So at the beginning with my therapist, I was definitely like clocking, like, how does she, like, I know how she's thinking about it, but how does she say it, right? Because sometimes a lot of our job as therapists is to challenge our clients' thinking and way of being, right? Because for me at least, like my population, I work with like high functioning, like very successful people who generally don't have like a diagnosis per se, and with couples who are very high functioning and stuff like that. And they're not looking for a diagnosis, right? They're looking like how to improve their lives and how to find the best version of themselves. So yeah, I think that factors in a whole lot.
Something interesting I saw in one of your videos, I was going through your social media. I'm like, I got to do some research.
For sure.
You were talking about how you help different people, right? And you said something about like couples, but not necessarily, it doesn't have to be like the relationship between like a man and a woman or whatever, man. You can do therapy with like your friends. Like also there's certain relationships that you cultivate with your friendships. Basically what I'm trying to get at is that I wanted to see if you can kind of diagnose me and Sal.
Tell me a little bit about
like
the two
put
of
us
you.
put us through couples counseling here, because we've known each other for how long now?
I don't remember the
20.
time.
Let's see. I just had graduated.
You said you were 18.
I was 18, so it was legal.
Yeah.
It was of
It was
age.
legal. It was illegal. Yeah, I started working retail, and he was my first manager.
That was your first.
He was my first. And yeah, so we've been working together for a while, and then we became friends later on in life. But yeah, we've known each other for a while, and now we've been doing the pod for like what? When did you jump on board? Last year?
I think the 6th month. It was in like June, July.
Yeah.
It was July because of the paint party.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, basically like 2 years, something
Wow.
like that, around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, I don't know how old you are. So how many years have you all been in each other's lives?
Since 20, when did I graduate? I'm 33. I was 18.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So over, I'm really bad at math.
Me too. I'm like
Over
15 years?
Over 15 years?
15 years?
Yeah.
15
Let's
plus.
round up to 15 years. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congrats, you two,
Thank
on
you.
making it that
Hey, yeah.
We're coming on an anniversary soon.
No, seriously though, congrats. It's really, really helpful to like our human development to have people in our lives who are like our chosen family, right? And we don't always have that. Like not everybody finds that person or those people, right?
Right.
I am very lucky in that I also have a best friend, and well, do you all consider yourselves
Well,
best
I don't
friends?
throw the B word around that loosely.
We haven't said it to each other yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Too soon,
I
too
had
soon.
somebody else call me today and said that was their best friend, and I was like,
He didn't say it back, so I was like, there's still hope.
Okay, so we won't label it yet then.
Yeah.
But
We're
yeah,
close.
yeah, I'm very lucky to have a friend like that. We've known each other since 7th grade, and so in thinking about that, I'm like, we've seen each other through some things, you know, like some serious stuff, like life's ups and downs, you know, and so I have to imagine the two of you have also seen each other through some stuff, right?
you're getting flashbacks right now.
and also like, you know, probably done a lot of stuff, you know, even if it's recent, like that, like creating with friends is probably like peak thing for humans. Like it's up
Mhm.
there on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, way up there, probably like in the last little tier of self-actualization, because we feel the safest there and we feel like we're doing something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
No,
a purpose there.
I agree. I would say that whenever, because we also have like our own production company on the side that we do together. Whenever I'm out and doing stuff with Sal, I do feel a lot more secure and safe and know that things are going to run more smoothly.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you know, it's good to have someone there getting your back.
And someone who knows you
Yeah.
and who knows how you might respond to things and you know how they might respond to things versus like all the other people we encounter where we're like, they might small talk me or they might like, you know, and we're like, mm-mm. So yeah, I get it. Congrats again, you two.
Yeah, thank you.
I think your relationship is already deepening in this session.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready to say the B word yet.
That's okay. Maybe in another 18 years.
I have commitment issues, dude. Oh, yeah, wait, which one? This one?
Do y'all remember this one? Like
Yeah.
when we were kids? We were
Yeah,
like,
we were like,
cortala,
cortala.
cortala, yeah.
Yeah.
I missed out.
That's so funny. I just talked about that this morning with Ruben.
How funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We have a hard time like as adults like making friends. Like, do y'all remember how easy it was to make friends like when we were kids? Like you just walk
yeah.
up to somebody and like push them or you know, like literally ask. Oh, I have a funny story. Oh my God, this is embarrassing, but I think I should tell it.
Okay.
So when I was like in 4th grade, I was already friends with like this group of girls. They'll probably listen to this, Gladys and Jackie and all of y'all. If you're listening to this, I still remember this. So we were already friends. We were already like established like a group of friends, right? But like I have a hard time too. Like I don't know, social cues like not my forte all the time.
Mhm.
And so like almost a whole year in like the whole school year, like at the end, I'm like, do you guys want to be my friends? And they were so confused. Like, they were like, girl, like, we are friends. But like, I thought I still had to ask. Like, I don't know. It was so strange. Like, I have a hard time. Like, I've always had a hard time with that kind of stuff. So maybe I should exclude myself when I say it was easy to make friends as a kid. But eventually I learned. But now as an adult, I feel like it's really hard to make new friends. You know, no new friends.
I feel like I don't know if it's standard or definition of a friend is different than when I was younger.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
that's very true.
It was someone I knew basically in school. And a lot of times I see people that are really close, they have initials that are like alphabetical because they would sit you alphabetically in school.
That's true.
And so, like I remember, my last name's E, and I had a friend with Flores, you know, and so it's close. But I don't know if I would consider them friends now, looking back on it, more like acquaintances.
Yeah.
Like, I knew them. We were in the same class together. But now it's like a different level. I work with people, and I guess they get work friend title, but they're not really work friends. They're just people I work with. I know them because we have a lot of downtime, and, you know, we might get to talking, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a very friendly person. I've always had a large group of friends, and I've been very social in that sense. My friendship did change, though, after high school, for sure. Because like all of high school, I had my little group of friends that we would get together after school and play Xbox with. But once we graduated, it's just kind of we all went our separate ways. And there's a few that I still keep up with. And even to this day, like if I run into them, we kind of pick up where we left off. But for sure, now my group of friends revolve around mostly of like what I do, like all the people that I see on the regular. But I've always had like a lot of friends. It's kind of a flex, but yeah, humble brag.
You have a big heart too. Like anybody around you, you're like,
I'm not gonna say it, dude.
My friend.
No, yeah.
I guess I can relate to that. I do have like a big group of people around me, like who I know will support me and like back me, but I don't know that like I can consider everybody my friend, you know? I think it takes like a lot for that, you know, like like I need that deepness, you know, with my friends.
Yeah, there's definitely like, I think you're right.
Levels to it.
There's levels to it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's like the people that I'll joke around with and like talk shit with, but then there's the people that will like know the deeper side of me.
Yeah.
And that's like a handful. Yeah. And I think, you're definitely in one of those.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like if Johnny came and said I murdered someone, like would I help him?
For sure.
Dude, stay here.
We have very few people who will help us hide the body, right?
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. We don't want to have a lot of people like that.
I know a gravedigger.
That's
I
right.
do. I know a gravedigger that will definitely help me hide a body.
I actually heard the podcast earlier, and I was listening. That person who did
Louis?
he did like tomb work or something. I was like, did he just say headstone?
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Yeah, it's their friends. Their stickers are on the thing. Death in a Hoodie. It's another podcast.
Cool.
Yeah, you should check them out too.
I sure will.
Subscribe to them after you subscribe to us.
I sure will. I listen to a lot of podcasts, like
That's good.
on the regular. Yeah, and now a lot of Substacks. Like,
What is Substack?
if you're not on Substack, get on Substack. I'm not sponsored, but I hope one day they will sponsor me. It's an app, but it's kind of ran like social media, but it's like written. And so like, let's say I make a Substack, like I write it and then I can read it and then people can go there and listen to it in my voice.
Oh, like a post? Like you?
Yeah.
Kind of like, almost like a vlog? Like
yes. And they're usually like longer articles and like they get deep and fun and like they're so good. They're so entertaining. So like sometimes I'll just listen to that on the radio or like in the mornings and stuff.
Interesting.
Or a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a big reader?
No.
Okay.
I prefer to listen to books. Yeah. Like Audible and things like that. But I don't like pick up physical books anymore since college, sadly.
Same. Yeah. Even in college, I wouldn't pick up books.
If you could help it. Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I picked up a book was like 5th grade.
Yeah. No, I love to read and I love like the whole feel of it because I think it's like actually pretty magical. Like even when I'm listening to it, like you're literally inside somebody's head, right? Like it's so cool. But yeah, I don't pick up books anymore and read them like front to back.
So what do you like to do on your downtime?
Ooh. I like to be in front of the camera a lot, actually. I like to do content. I like to model. I like to do runway. I like all commercial work. Yeah, I like that a lot. So that kind of eats up a lot of time. And lately, like, it's been a little controversial. Well, I don't want to say controversial, but like it's been a little bit challenging to like navigate that sometimes, just because I think, again, people expect therapists to only be these like weird, like square, like people, like,
Yeah.
and we're not. And so like sometimes I get a little like internal and external like backlash for it. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't be myself on social media. But anyway, so I like to do a lot of content creation. I like to be in the front of the camera and just like collaborate with like people in the community to like create content for them. But besides that, I like to ride bikes, like dirt bikes a lot. I like to climb, like rock climb, like bouldering. I don't love vertical climbing a lot because heights and equipment scare me.
I see you do handstands on your.
I do a lot
social.
of yoga.
Yeah.
I do a lot of yoga. Yeah, I like to like be upside. Like, so as a therapist, I think I really have to like. A lot of people ask me like, "What do you do to like take care of yourself?" Or like, "You must hear a lot of crazy stuff." And like, yeah, like that happens for sure. But I think as long as I stay connected to myself and my body, like I'm able to keep hearing it and like handle it. You know. So I do a lot of like just movement. Anything that helps me move. I don't like to run. I'm not a runner, but I do love yoga and I like working out and stuff like that. I like to like keep it fun though. Like I can't just go to the gym every week. Like, oh, that's not me. Like I have to change it up all the time. Like I do Pilates or bar or yoga, like just fun things.
Gym is very repetitive.
Yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with it because and it's also really good, you know, to help you release endorphins and all that. Or just being active in general.
Yeah.
But I like going to the gym with my friends, and going by myself is always very, like, it's a challenge. It's hard. I can't really push myself to go.
Yeah, it's always more motivating with someone else, huh? For sure.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring up you're talking about bouldering. Have you ever tried bouldering?
I haven't. No?
Dude. So I've tried it a couple of times. I went to Sessions, the one. Have you been there?
I love it there.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
Dude, but it's scary, bro. Like even when you're doing bouldering. So bouldering is the one where you're just like
you don't have a rope on you or a harness, right? Yeah. You just like go. Yeah.
Yeah. So the walls, they're not that hot. They're not that tall. Maybe they go up to like 15 feet, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
But you have to follow like a certain route, right? Like they're
like color coded.
Color coded, yeah. Every color is a different difficulty. So you can start off low, work your way to the top, but it's almost like a puzzle, dude.
Exactly.
You have to figure it out. You have to it requires a lot of coordination, like full body.
And strength.
Yeah.
It's like a serious workout. But it's so fun. Like I like to describe it as like that sport that like you're in competition with yourself like the whole time, right? Like you're just challenging yourself to like get that route or like figure out how to move your body to like get to the last part, right? Like it's super cool. It's really fun. And I think I just have like it has a special place in my heart because I've been doing it since I was like 18. And at that time I was wild and I needed that. And it like helped me settle down. So I'm really like grateful for it.
Have you gone out and done bouldering like at Waco?
Yeah, I've done it at a lot of places. I actually won a rock climbing competition in City of Rocks, New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
When I was like 21 or something like that. Thanks to some friends. Honestly, it's not that impressive. I think I won because I was like one of the only females in the like lower division.
Oh, okay.
But it was great. And I felt great. Like at the time, like how connected I was with my body and like with nature. I was very like, I was such a hippie back then. Well, after I was wild. Yeah. Yeah.
What made you like, you know, I won't say settle down, but kind of just, I guess, settle down, right?
Sure, yeah. Well, I had a daughter when I was 24, so that I think I was already a little more settled before that, though. Actually, yeah, I've always been a really big nerd. Like I've always loved school. And so before I even had my daughter, I was in this program called MBRS Rise. It's at UTEP and EPCC, and its mission is to like help minority people get on track towards a PhD. And at the time, I really wanted a PhD. Like I wanted a PhD in neuroscience or like in something biomedical or something like that. I really thought I wanted to do like become a doctor type stuff. But then I got to organic chemistry and I was like, nope. just kidding, never mind. Like, I don't want to do that. So then I took a different route and I went like more neuroscience, and they always kept me in line. Like, I had to maintain like a 3.0 minimum GPA. Like, we traveled a lot to like different conferences. We worked with NASA. Like, I had to be on my shit. But at the same time, I was wild. But yeah, what finally I think really made me settle down was like graduating like from UTEP with my anthropology degree. And then at that time, my daughter was like 2 or 3. And I started working for a nonprofit here, United Way. And they have different leadership now, which I'm glad. But back then, they did not have great leadership. And I was there for like a year. And I was like, I got to get out of here. Like, I can't do it. And now I feel like that year that I was there, like, it really helped me settle down and like figure out like, what is it that I want to do? You know, like, I really figured it out then. Like, I was like, wait, my first love has always been like psychology. Like, I should figure out what program fits what I want to do right now. And then that's what I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Going into like the men's mental health side of it, I know, like, you know, we're Hispanic. We were kind of raised to, the way we grew up was like, we don't really talk about our feelings. We kind of just, if we feel like crying, it's like, don't cry. Like, keep that shit to yourself, you know, just work through it and kind of, put it in the back burner. And that's kind of how I was, that's kind of how I am. You know, I really don't talk about my feelings too much, but as of lately, I've been trying to open up a lot more and be more open about how I feel, because I feel like I have struggled with mental health, especially the last going on 4 years now. Cause like, my mom passed away, and after that, it was kind of, my whole life just changed, and it was a big shift for me. And that was one of the reasons why I even started doing the podcast, because this was like an outlet for me.
Sure.
Right. So now, I've been trying to work through that stuff along the way, but like, what is, I want to say, like, for men out there that don't want to seek therapy or don't want to talk about their feelings, like, what would you recommend?
Yeah, that's a great question. And first, I want to say, like, I'm sorry about your mom. Grief is hard. Grief, I like to say, is like the most complex human emotion, if not the most complex human emotion. But I think the thing that I would like to say to men who aren't ready to go to therapy is that there's so many ways that you can build your emotional availability, which is what I think it sounds like you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like you were saying at the beginning, right, of this segment, like we all of us, men, women, everybody was generally told not to show feelings, right? Like, that's generally not allowed in most families. It's generally not encouraged, calladitas nos vemos más bonitas, the girls. And for boys, like, boys don't cry type stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And all that's made for us is unhealthy relationships, disconnection, like, from ourselves, right? Like, sometimes people will come to me and they'll be like, I don't know what I feel. I don't know what I want. Like, I'm lost in life. Like, because that's what that breeds, right? Like, when we try in communities and families to ignore a very real part of humans, which is the part of us that's emotional or carries emotion, well, we're missing like a whole important part of humanity, right? Like, we can't deny that we have emotions. But when we try to, it creates these like toxic relationships. It creates toxicity in families, even toxicity in friendships. That's, I think, what you were saying. I was talking about in that video. But yeah, like, being emotionally unavailable historically for us as a humanity has made it so that we have had to deal with a lot of mental health stuff. I mean, I said I don't want to talk about it too much and I don't want to harp on it, but like, the statistics show us that like men are leading and have been leading like historically forever. Like, there hasn't been a time in our humanity where women were leading the numbers in suicide, right? Everywhere across the globe, it's generally men. Like, and the numbers are crazy high. Like, I think in El Paso in 2025, it was like 118 people who committed suicide in total. And I think 78 or 88 of those were men, right? So it's like super high, like super, super high. And again, I don't want to harp on the statistics, but I think in order to really try to help yourself, like, one, recognize, like, and work on trying, and when I say work, like it will take a lot of things, right? Number one, having safe people around you to like let you feel things and let you be an emotional person, right? Like let you be like, I'm sad today, and like just let you witness you being sad, you know? Like have a person or two that you can open up to about the parts of you that are emotional, number one. Number two, if therapy's too much, read or listen to podcasts or listen to YouTube, right? Like about how you build emotional resilience and how you build emotional availability so that it doesn't feel so confusing. Because I think a lot of us, like what I tell people that a therapist's job really is, like for the most part, is to help people know what to do with their feelings. Because like we know we have feelings. We just, when they show up and they're too big, sometimes we're like, damn, like I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Or figuring out an outlet. I know whenever I'm upset and I'm mad, I'm just kind of like, I want to like either punch something or just go be alone.
I love that you brought up the emotion of anger because I actually use that one a lot because it's an easy one. And like universally, most of us feel like you're describing, right? When we're mad, like we want to hit something or like go be by ourselves. Like, and that's not wrong. Like your body's impulse to want to hit something isn't wrong. But we've been told it is, right? Obviously, you don't want to hit yourself. You don't want to hit others, right? Or even your property. You don't want to destroy your walls, you know? But it's okay to grab a cojín and like be like, I got to let it out. You
know? Go to town on it?
Yeah, that's totally okay. But before we get to that, that's the expression of an emotion, right? I like to teach my clients that there are 4 steps to processing your emotions. It's identifying, validating, expression, and then communication where needed. You won't always have to communicate your emotions. Like not everybody has to know what you're feeling at all times, right? But like sometimes you're going to have to communicate about your emotions. Yeah.
Yeah. Sal was pretty mad today when he came in.
How come? What'd you do?
I should have punched you. Maybe that'll help me feel better.
I told you, I'm like, you can punch me if you want.
I'll punch the pillows. Maybe we can have a pillow fight.
There you go. It's a creative way of letting out some anger.
Yeah.
Now I've punched a box at work and it made me feel better.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes that's what we need, you know? But I really also like to teach in that formula that I teach my clients, like the expression isn't the only part, right? Like you got to do the other pieces too that are equally important.
Yeah.
Usually that's what we do though. Like, we like let our stressors all build up. We don't talk even to ourselves about what we're feeling. And then somehow it just comes out somehow, like punching a box at work or something, or at somebody, you know, like, yeah. But I don't think that's what like we always mean to do, you know, like sometimes we act out of like, I call them defaults. Like a lot of people are just functioning based off like what they've experienced and what they've known and what their family raised them to think and do and say and all that. And so I like to tell people like when you're in your 20s and 30s, you get to create the person you want to be. Like you get to maybe unlearn those defaults that you don't want to keep and keep the ones that you do and create the new ones that you think are maybe a better fit for you.
Yeah, that's true.
So sometimes when I'm just walking around, I just imagine everybody has kind of like a clock around their neck.
Sure.
And it's counting down to that moment where they just let it all out. And some people, it happens in front of a camera and it ends up on social media. And then they're treated different as if nobody else has those emotions or feelings. And I think that makes it worse for them to kind of process that. So, yeah, when I walk around, that's kind of what I'm thinking is everybody has a fuse lit at this moment. Just how long it is and when it's going to blow up, like, you don't know.
I like that analogy. I think we all do generally have like in our nervous system like this fuse, but I think it's up to each and every individual to like determine how they want to kind of tend to that fuse, right? Like I for sure have it. I can totally relate and agree, but like I think in doing yoga and like going to therapy and like doing the things I know help me like apaciguar that fuse, like make it easier to not maybe walk around as someone with that clock that's so visible to everybody else, right? Like I'm about to burst because I'm probably not.
I tell my team, because when we work in retail, we see a lot of what I would say people kind of having therapy when they shop.
Oh yeah, retail therapy.
And then
Yeah.
they get to the register and I tell my team, I said, you're going to have a customer where no matter what you say, it's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
You could say everything right, but they're just here because they're mad at their husband or, they had a fight with somebody and they're processing and you're the one they take it out on and they make you feel, or it makes them feel better, but they make you feel like shit.
Yeah.
So I think it does help to have that conversation with them just to kind of ease them in that. But I do feel the weight of it just stays with them because they experienced it, and they feel like they let somebody down.
Yeah. Retail's really hard, number one. I worked in retail for a while when I was like in an undergrad. I worked at Forever 21. It was crazy. I always felt like I was like in my closet, but like when it was destroyed,
Yeah.
and then on top of it, people were coming in and like just being mean or like, having a hard day themselves maybe. But what I like to tell people is like, we have a lot of safety in our bodies, in our nervous system. But because we're creatures of co-regulation, meaning like if somebody walks in here right now and they're mad, we're all going to feel that energy, like our nervous systems can't help but feel that. How much capacity we build inside our bodies and our minds to be able to leave that person's energy for them, if it's just theirs to keep, is up to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that part is up to us, but it does take work and it does take like a lot of dedication and it does take a lot of like help, I think, on the outside. I don't think I would have been able to like get to a place where I feel that I have that capacity and I feel resourced in my body and my brain to like navigate like acute facilities, like where people are constantly like trying to come at you or like trying to hurt themselves or trying to do things like that, right? But I think I had to go through that process internally, and really it happened in grad school because it was grueling. They would put us like, basically like imagine like therapy for like 8 hours straight for like a whole semester, like every day. It was like that for a few of my classes. And like, it's just like, you do cry, like it is personal. Like they don't want you lie about, like you have to get real, and so it's very grueling, but it does help you build that capacity to like be able to, yes, be a co-regulator with other humans, but also let other people have their stuff and not like carry it with you.
When you were describing the people walking around with the clock, I was just thinking of Flava Flav.
I thought that
too. I was picturing Flava Flav shopping at the outlet, like looking around.
Insert picture here.
Yeah, boy.
I thought that too.
I was like, you were so into it. I'm like, I'm not going to make the joke.
I appreciate that because we've talked about this.
Yeah. See, therapy is working, dude.
I love that you went with that because in my like branding sheet, or I don't know what it's like, in my values for my business as a therapist, like I include humor. Like people think of therapy all the time as like it has to be like all the time you're crying or all the time you're doing this hard emotional labor, or you're always like having these serious deep talks. And it's not like that. Like my clients and I laugh a lot. Like there's humor embedded into life. And so therapy can't be devoid of humor.
Yeah. I'm glad you bring that up because we were just talking about this we did another live stream with a friend who does a podcast about mental health. And we were talking about comedy because I use humor and comedy as a coping mechanism on the daily. I make dead mom jokes all the time. I've held back today just because, I don't want you to like think I'm like a psychopath or anything like that.
No, I'm glad you can do that.
Yeah. But we crack up all the time. Somebody thought that was my mom's ashes the other day.
Oh my God.
We're like, nope, it's just a vase.
I told her yes at first, and she's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. She put her purse back.
Yeah. It's funny because Louis, the other dude from Death in a Hoodie, his mom passed away around the same time as mine. So we're always going back and forth and doing like dead mom jokes. Yeah. And we've talked about it. Like he works in the funeral industry, so death is a very heavy topic. So that's how he copes through humor. I've always just done it that way. And when I'm very stressed out or like shit's like hitting the fan or I'm feeling very sad or whatever, I just try to make light of it to help me get through. And that's been like one of my coping mechanisms. But I don't know if you can talk a little bit about that, of like how people cope with certain things.
Yeah, I think humor is not a bad defense, like, or a coping mechanism at all. I think it's actually speaking a lot to like what I was talking about earlier, like that capacity in us to feel safe in our bodies, because we can't laugh when we don't feel safe, or we can't make a joke when we don't feel safe, right? Usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can if we're super like intellectual, but you got to feel it, right? Most of the time. And so I think it's not a bad thing at all. I think we need many coping mechanisms in our toolkit, right? Because it may not always work for everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I crack some jokes. I'm like, ooh, bad timing. Like, should have kept my mouth shut.
And sometimes like for some feelings like grief, I think like our goal as humans isn't to make our feelings go away. It's to have like a healthy relationship with them, right? And I think over time, like what we were talking about, right, we've been encouraged to not have a relationship with them at all. So if you're like cracking jokes about it and you're somewhere in there acknowledging that it's because you feel sad, I think that's really helpful. It's not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, no, it's gotten to a point where all my close friends, like they'll make dead mom jokes or whatever. But
we all cope how we can.
Yeah. But I think it's funny because to me, it's a sign that they know me personally. And if you're able to do that in a tasteful way and make me laugh about it, it's like, oh, you know, we're homies.
Yeah.
You're a real one.
They get it. Yeah.
Yeah. But if some like random person comes up to me, it's like what's Nelson from The Simpsons, where he's like, ha. If somebody does that to me randomly in the streets, I'm like, no, bro.
Yeah.
It's on site.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. Let's talk about La Pausa y un Café.
Sure. So I am a private practice therapist. I don't take insurances. I don't take insurances because when you do that, you are forced as a clinician to diagnose within the first or second session. Like you have to. If you want to get paid, and if you want your clients like submission to their insurance to be like legit, right? Mm-hmm. But like I said, I work with a lot of high functioning people who aren't looking to get diagnosed. And some people in general, just like, that's not their vibe. You know, I can diagnose and I often do, but that's not what I want my treatment or my relationship rather with my clients to like center around. Even if there is like significant, whatever, OCD, depression, like anything, like I don't want any of my clients to ever like carry around like this label forever. Like I am OCD. I am like, that's not going to help us. And so instead, I think what helps me to try to get them, I guess, like more in a space of openness and like being ready to get on board with all of the therapeutic techniques that I teach them. Like I can't do that to them, right? It's not going to feel, they're not going to feel like they can trust me if I'm like, oh, here, I just met you for 30 minutes and here's your diagnosis. Like that doesn't feel right to me. Before I had my private practice, I did have to do that because I worked for other people and they do take insurances. And sometimes, like in some cases, obviously not in every case, like it would break my heart because like people aren't trying to always do that, you know? And sometimes when people see that diagnosis on their paperwork or whatever, it becomes like this, like, again, this like identity thing, right? And some people have a hard time letting go of that. So I hate operating that way. So because I don't take insurances, I was for sure criticized by like some of my peers, like locally and otherwise. And they're like you're not accessible to like people who can't afford therapy, you know? And I'm like, well, number one, like that could be true. Like I do want to be accessible. Like I want to make like the basics of my brand of therapy accessible. So that's kind of where La Pausa was kind of born out of. Like I can't maybe give therapy to everybody that I want to give therapy to. If it were up to me, I would do it for free all the time, but that's not sustainable and I need to make a living, right? So when it comes to, again, accessibility, like I think therapy can't just happen in the therapy room. Like we were just talking about it earlier, right? Like a lot of people don't feel ready or comfortable to go to therapy. So right. I got to meet them where they're at. I got to come out of my office and like make therapy, at least some parts of it, accessible. So that's the first part. The second part is like, I want to normalize just talking about mental health, right? Like just having regular talks about like all the topics, right? The first topics I chose to do for La Pausa y un Café were emotional intelligence, kind of what we've been talking about today. relationships and how not to be tóxicos, a neurodivergence, somatics, and parenting. So I still have 3 more coming up. The last one will be at Indigo, and we're going to have like a fun day party and yoga class or Pilates yoga mix type of class. And yeah, I'm really excited. It's been really well received. Everybody has been so like supporting, and they've just been showing up. And like this last one felt even better than the first one. I felt like less nervous for sure, and more like, I don't know, ready to deliver like what I was there to deliver. And it went really good. So it was fun. Yeah, I've been loving it. I was really scared to put on any kind of community events, but it's been going great. And like, again, as long as I remember my why, like those 2 things, like normalizing mental health and making it accessible, like I stay on track.
Yeah, that's so good that you talk about that. I remember during COVID, everybody was stressed the fuck out. Everybody had anxiety.
Yeah.
One day I felt terrible. I felt like tightness in my chest, and I thought in my head, I was like, shit, do I have COVID? Because I couldn't breathe right.
Oof.
I was, my mom was still alive. She was living here, and my grandma was living here. So my initial thoughts were like, if I'm sick, I can't get them sick. Because already they both had...
We're compromised.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go to the doctor. I go to the doctor. They take me in. He checks me out and stuff. And I'm like, do I have COVID? He's like, no. He's like, you have anxiety. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? Like,
wow.
I've heard about it, but I didn't know. He's like, yes. And right there and then he prescribed me some antidepressants or whatever. I don't know what the
anti-anxiety,
maybe. Yeah. So he prescribed me some stuff. And he's like, just take these on the daily. I took one that day, and I didn't like how I felt, and it really it was just a really bad feeling. Like I need to find healthier or a way to deal with this anxiety other than medication, because I can't do that. Like I feel like so I bought a bike. I started bike riding, and that was cool, and I kind of dealt with it that way. But we were talking about how, you have to self-diagnose within the first 2 sessions, you said?
Some insurances it's within the first session.
That's crazy.
It's insane,
because
right?
How do you know, like, you can't possibly, I mean, unless you're like really good and stuff, but to me, it's like, you can't, I don't know. I don't think that's enough time.
I don't either. Yeah. I definitely don't either, but it's, our medical system is a business, like it's run like a business. And so insurances they are the CFO of that business, right? Like they are keeping it like this, like it's like a revolving door, right? Like it's not about getting people to feel better. It's not about getting people medically better. It's about keeping them coming through the door, right? And I don't like that. So I think when people get diagnosed within the first or second session, they're more prone, like I was saying earlier, to be like, oh shit, like something's really wrong with me, or like, and that's so not right. Like not everybody is looking for that, It's just it's for sure like a broken medical model.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. But the good thing is we don't all have to operate under it, right? Like I'm choosing not to, and I'm saying we can do things differently. And to be more accessible, like I do have a sliding scale. When people can't pay my full rate, I'm like, girl, pay what you can, or like pay me when you can, like, because I'm not trying to run, like, yes, I'm a business. And like I said, I need to make a living, but I don't think like people should be like denied like mental health care.
I'm sure it's different for everybody, but do you feel like there's a maybe average amount of sessions that they would have to have before you feel they're comfortable and actually expressing themselves and not, behind that wall?
For sure. 100%. I think like no matter who you get, like the first or second session, like it's pretty like they're nervous or they're in crisis or they're like something's going on with their relationship, right? And so they're very focused on that. And so you're getting a version of them that isn't maybe like their best self, right? So it's unethical, in my opinion, to keep doing that. I don't want to participate in that.
That's good. Yeah. No, that's good that you're doing that. And for your events, I know it's like, community based. How long do they go for in like, the participation part of it? Like, do people engage and stuff like that?
Yes. So I purposely designed it so that people could ask questions during the talk. I never wanted it to feel like a lecture. Like like I'm already scared of public speaking. So I wasn't trying to get up there and like be walking around like a professor and like talk at people. You know, I wanted to talk with people. I want it to be a conversation like back and forth like this, right?
Yeah.
And so, yes, that's definitely how it is. We have 2 mics and like it gets passed around and people are welcome. I encourage like them to interrupt and pause me and ask questions. And I regularly ask like, am I going at the right speed? Do y'all want me to slow down? I pause often to make sure nobody has any questions or nobody wants me to repeat anything. This last one, I brought in notebooks, like branded notebooks so people could take notes, and everybody took notes and everybody asked questions, and some people laughed, some people cried. Like it was so great and engaging. And I think they're just going to keep getting better because, again, my whole purpose is to make like the El Paso community feel like mental health is more accessible and that it's normal to talk about it, especially in community. Because like I said, it doesn't just like all my clients, I wish they had a space like that too. And I invite them. Some of my clients are invited, but I'm always very careful to protect their confidentiality. But healing happens in community. We don't just go to therapy and then get better. We need community too. So I'm trying to create what comes with therapy or after therapy.
And I think also like, I think people are more likely to interact or loosen up if they see somebody else being vulnerable, or, you know, then they're like, okay, you know what? They're able to talk about their heavy stuff. Then maybe I can do it too.
Yes. And it does happen. It's like a little domino effect. Like when somebody starts like, oh, it's so fun to see. And like, again, that's also creating community safety, right? For people to feel feelings, for people to have emotions. And that feels really good. Like, I feel like we all leave there after these 2 sessions, like feeling like refreshed and like little tall glasses of orange juice. We're just like all like, ooh, like it feels nice to have that connection and like not feel alone as humans.
I think that's a big thing, at least in my head, is that people don't realize they're not alone, especially with some of the hardships or thoughts that they have, and they put themselves in a box.
Yeah.
And they think, I'm the only one.
Suffering this way.
Yeah.
For sure. It helps a lot when people see that they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so these events I remember saying that at this last one, I was like, part of this is so that you all know, like, you're not going through any of that by yourself, right? Like it's happening for a lot of us. And you don't have to go through it by yourself, right? Like that's another thing I think too with men's mental health. Like we were saying earlier, you know, a lot of times men especially have been encouraged not to have emotions, not to speak up about their feelings, and definitely not to ask for help, right? It's always like, do it yourself, like figure it out type stuff. It's actually a really big symbol, I think, in my opinion, of strength when men are like, I think I need some help. Like, I think I could use some therapy. I think it's very like cool when people can reflect on themselves and be like, you know what? I may know a lot, but I definitely don't know everything. And maybe somebody outside of me can help me out, right? Yeah. And so that's where therapy comes into play. But I will say it is hard to find a therapist, and it is a lot like dating. Like you got to find the right fit. Like it's got to feel good both ways. You know, you got to find the one that feels like they get you and you get them, and like their biases aren't going to get in the way. Because like I said earlier, at the end of the day, we are human first and therapist second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said. And that was one of the other reasons why I wanted to do this episode, because I want to show that it's okay to talk about it. And we're a very bro-centric podcast, and we're trying to diversify and, you know, be a little more, you know, a little bit of everything.
Love
right?
that.
Yeah.
Have some variety.
Yeah, some variety. Because it was becoming a sausage fest. Like, straight up, I want to say like it was a sausage fest. But we've been trying to mix it up, and yeah, I think this is a very important thing. And like I said, I'm an open book when it comes to it. I talk about, you know, with my friends, and I'm not scared to talk about shit that I've gone through. I don't know if I want to throw all my business out there for everybody, but yeah, I think it's good to talk about your feelings and show that vulnerability. And I said, you know, something similar on the live stream we did the other day, where yeah, like I agree with you. Being vulnerable is a sign of strength, because it takes a lot of courage to talk about that. Like,
yeah,
take some balls.
I think to like tack on to my answer to the first question you asked me about, like, what can men do? Like, is like reframe your mind to think about like asking for help, or as vulnerability as something that demonstrates weakness. Being vulnerable is actually really strong and it's hard. And in like romantic relationships, women find it sexy. So be vulnerable. Like,
hell yeah, ladies. I'm vulnerable as fuck.
Yeah, it's like another way to say it. It's like I'm kind of making a joke out of it. Like it's sexy, but it's also needed. Like women, relationships in general, like whatever genders, like we need vulnerability to be able to connect.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're like talking to a wall, right? Like what's the point of connecting if you're not getting vulnerable?
Yeah, nobody wants to date anybody that's perfect.
Tampoco. Yeah, that's boring.
Like they can be perfect in your own eyes, but not someone that thinks that they're perfect, because then it's kind of like,
yeah, that's not fun.
yeah,
at
like
all.
get over yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely, nobody knows everything. We all have something to learn from each other and like from, I don't know, the days that are coming in our lives, right? I like that phrase that says like, you've yet to meet all the people you're supposed to meet, right? Because like we're still going, we still have a lot to do here, regardless of our age.
That's true. That's true.
On one of my first episodes with a mic on the show, I think it was September, and I brought up Suicide Prevention Month, I think is what it is, right? And then these guys were all like, "Are you okay?" Like, I'm like, man, like I can't just, bring it up. And they were kind of watching me the whole day. I'm like, all right, well.
We put him on a watch list. We put him in a room full of padding.
Good. Your friends are there to keep you safe.
Yeah. No, but I think now in retrospect, I think it's because you were going through something at the time, no?
Yeah, actually, my coworker of mine had passed away from that.
Mm-hmm.
From suicide?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
It's always hard, whoever they are near us, when we go through that.
That was it. Like, I think at that time in my life, I wasn't depressed or anything, but I was going through a difficult time at work.
Sure.
And it was kind of like he gave me a last lesson, and I kind of snapped out of it. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I got to be out there doing my best all the time, because that's who I am.
Yeah.
And I can't let something out of my control affect me.
Yeah.
And then like learning that, it was probably about 3 months. And I remember because another manager would always call me and like, "Hey man, are you all right? Are you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
And then after I found out, that other manager called me and he was like, "How are you doing?" And I was like, "You know what? I'm actually really good. Like I feel like I'm myself again." So yeah, I feel like he gave me that last lesson.
Yeah. Suicide can teach us a lot. And I think it can also be something that we're like generally scared to talk about, right? Like we're scared to bring it up, or even today, I'm like, I don't want to spend too much time like on the statistics of it all, but like it's very real. And a lot of times people don't talk about how people get to that, right? People think like it's only people who are like severely depressed or people who are severely like struggling with like mental health, right? But it's not always that. Oftentimes it's, again, what I was saying in the beginning, that we don't know what to do when feelings get really hard or really big. Yeah.
And yeah, you never know who it is.
Yeah.
Because when he told me about this person, I was like, what? Like him?
Shocking.
Like, like you never know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know at the time when he brought that up. If I did, I would have been a little more compassionate. But yeah, it comes to show that you never know who's going through what, and always kind of keep an eye out. Are there certain things that people can look out for, like signs or red flags?
Yeah, that's a great question. I generally like to say, like, rather than looking for signs, like try to be proactive and like make sure that all your relationships, regardless of gender, right, that there's like some depth to them. Like, especially with people you care about, right? Like if they're just peers or whatever, fine. But like if there's people you care about in your life, like check in on them regularly rather than just looking for signs, right? Like actually work to create relationships that feel close and significant so that you do know what's going on for your friend, right? Like obviously for a coworker, like maybe that's not the place or the type of relationship where you want to do that. But I think a lot of people mask like their suicidal ideations again because they're scared to talk to them. So another thing we could do to try and prevent it is be the ones to talk about it, right? And be like, hey, like suicide happens. Have you ever struggled with suicidality? And talk to your friends about it, right? What was that experience like for you? What helped you out? Do you still struggle with it? Because I think a lot of times, like, we also don't have the vocabulary for it. A lot of people just think like it's suicide. Yeah, like, no, there's like suicidal ideation. There's like planning, right? Like there's a lot that goes into it. And a lot of times a lot of us, I'll admit for myself, like at some points in my life, I struggled with like passive suicidal ideation. Like it was just kind of there, like little, but we work on it, right? And like, I don't think I would have been able to work on it if like I hadn't had the experiences where I also like had a friend who passed away through suicide and like kind of teach me something about myself. Or maybe I think at the time it taught me that I wanted to learn something about myself and about how we function.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I keep harping on it, but like our emotional part, like I think, especially for men, we've for like a long time told men that they have to be providers, that they have to be strong, that they have to be stoic, that they have to be all those things, right? But we don't really make room for them to like be human. And part of being human includes emotions. As humans, we're made up of like 3 things, right? Like our behaviors, our thoughts, and our emotions. And our spirit. And then some, right? Like if you're spiritual, religious, whatever you believe in. But like when we deny that part of us that carries the emotional stuff, we're denying like a big chunk of us, right? And it's not fun. And it usually leads to like not good places.
I like also what you said, Sal, that he taught you a lesson. You know, that was like his final lesson. And I think that's also important to grow and to not stay stuck in certain things. You got to see the lesson in it.
Yeah.
And that was definitely something that I dealt with, you know, with the loss of my mom and just losses in general or just hardships. Like I always try to see, okay, what's the lesson in this? Like what am I going to take out of this? Not necessarily to prevent it, because there's some things that you just can't prevent,
right.
But so I can be prepared for when something else happens. And that's kind of like my mentality in it. And yeah, like even when shit hits the fan, it's like, okay, what's the silver lining? And yeah, I think that's been like a big thing for me. Something also I wanted to touch on before we end, we're getting close to that ending. Imposter syndrome. I think that's a big thing nowadays and something that a lot of people deal with. I personally deal with it as well. And being that I do the whole social media thing now, I don't know, influencer, whatever, podcaster, whatever want to identify as. But there's a lot of the times where I've dealt with this, and Sel can attest to this, where like I don't feel like I'm good enough to be doing what I'm doing, or I feel like, you know, it's not going to lead to anything because of that, because I don't feel good enough.
I think specifically around like social media and stuff like that, there's a lot of numbers games, right? And
views.
so, the followers, all of that, you know. Yeah. And of course, like there's some, you know, nuance to all of that when it comes to like the social media side of things. But when it comes to like the psychological side of things, I think we have to be really mindful to build that reservoir that we were talking about earlier of safety internally, so that one, we know our why. You know why you're doing your social media. You know why you're showing up in the ways that you show up, right? So that when, not if, but when that imposter syndrome like thoughts creep in, you have already something to respond to them with, rather than like trying to do it on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, again, like doing that like outside of the moment, like not just when it comes up, like regularly helping yourselves, you know, like build that emotional resilience and build that depth outside of yourselves where it's needed helps with that too. Because there's always going to be people outside of you there, hopefully, right, that are going to remind you like, no, you do deserve to be there, right?
Yeah.
But they can't do that if they don't know what it is that's going on for you, right? So build that depth and build that internal reservoir of safety to be able to respond to it in real time rather than like react to it when it's coming up.
We had a conversation like that recently where I was telling you that I didn't feel that I was good enough for blah blah blah. And yeah, props to you, man, because you told me that, like, nah, you are good enough. Like you even said that I was better. I was trying to compare myself with somebody else.
That's the other thing I would say is whenever this goes for everybody, all genders, whenever you find yourself, because our brains, like one of its automatic functions, it's comparison, because we needed it to survive when we were like back in the herd and hunting and gathering days. But now we have social media. And so we do it like in this constant way where we're just constantly comparing ourselves and our numbers to others, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever you notice yourself in that comparison state, take a U-turn, like go somewhere else, like pivot anywhere else, but like don't spend too much time comparing yourself. There's another phrase, but I'm going to butcher it because I always butcher English phrases. Like comparison is the something. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It literally robs you of being able to enjoy your success, right? Like it doesn't let you relish in the fact that like you are doing it, and you're not only are you doing it, like you're not just doing it to do it, you're doing it because you have a why for doing it.
That's good. I like that.
And sometimes I feel like you're not giving a fair comparison. So I had somebody approach me and like, man, your life's so together, like you have everything, like putting me on a pedestal. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I don't have my life together. This is what I go through. This is how I feel. And he's like, wow, I didn't know that. And I'm like, well, I don't really post on social media, but if I did, it probably would have been worse because all it would be is highlights, right? Yeah. That's all we ever get of somebody's life.
We only show the good parts for sure. Yeah.
So then it just builds just that wrong perspective of the person. And not the people that know you like the closest, but the ones that see that kind of get that influence.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. My grandma used to say that en cada persona hay un universo, but like we don't get to know that universe if we don't like try, right? So like we got to ask questions. We got to build that depth, like I was saying, in all our relationships because they all matter, right? Even like, I don't want to say like with coworkers, but like you don't want to be like around these people for 8 hours a day, right? And not know anything about them, right? But sometimes it's also up to each and every one of us how open we are, right? Not everyone is willing to be as much of an open book as we are.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like social media.
He does.
Sometimes I don't either. You know, lately, especially after my last La Pausa y un Café, I get like socially drained. Like I'm just like, I kind of like get off social media for a bit because I just feel like drained. Like I put my everything into that and then I just socialize with all these people and like I think taught them something really important, you know? So I just feel like I need a break. And that happened the first one too, I noticed for myself. Like I was just like, But now I'm like getting my footing back. And like I think all our relationships with social media sometimes can be a love-hate relationship. But overall, it's done me more good. And I think I've reaped more good from it than not. And it's brought me to meet really cool people like this. So I'm really grateful for it most of the time.
I've utilized it different now that I'm back on, where it's not as personal. It's more business.
I see.
And so like I'll use it for research. I actually committed to not being on any platform this year. But then I realized probably like a month and a half in, I need to be on there because I'm making clips. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't make sense if I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you have to have like that cultural relevancy and like know what the trends are and stuff like that for sure.
So that's more how I see it now versus getting personal. And I kind of cleared up everything personal and just left like what we got going on here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people nowadays use it for like dating. Or for you know, like,
don't recommend that.
Yeah, no, because you know, if you're trying to find the love of your life through social media, it's like we talked about. They're only showing you the good.
Yeah,
they're hiding all the fucking
toxico
traits in that closet is full.
Yeah. There's a lot of skeletons in there. Yeah, for sure. Social media is not a good like representation of who a whole person is, right? And again, like even in the real world, right? Like we're still working to like show our whole selves, even to ourselves, or be present to our whole selves, like especially with the emotional side. Mm-hmm. And again, just like focusing on the men's side of things, like men have historically been the ones to be told even more so, right? Like, don't feel shit. Don't show that you feel things. Like, emotions and men aren't supposed to go together, but that's just not true. Men are also human, and all humans have emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some stickers for you all.
Ooh.
Do I reach?
Yeah, it's pretty long. Oh, stickers. We can definitely add them to our... I want to cover that sucker up with stickers and
fun.
different
I have lots
stuff.
for you all. I have one that says healing is hot.
Yeah.
I have one that just has my logo on it.
I'm going to wear this when I go out.
You should. It's really good. I have one that says from toxic to tranqui, thanks to therapy.
Nice.
And then I have one that says I can fix her, me before therapy.
Ah.
I'm sorry. And then I have one that says too hot and healed to text my ex.
Oh. Oh, I need some help with that one. Yeah, maybe I won't rock that one. a little more. Maybe another podcast episode, and yeah, we'll be there.
This one says wellness is an art. That's like my hashtag and my tagline for all the wellness things I do and for my practice. And then this one is like an ode to Shakira because I love Shakira. And it says, I don't know if y'all know, she has a song that says this. It says, mucho gimnasio, pero trabaja el cerebro un poquito también. And I said Shakira telling us all to go to therapy.
Nice.
And then last but not least, I brought you all some feelings wheels.
Oh, wow.
Have y'all ever seen these?
No.
Okay, so most of us can only name like a handful of emotions, right? Like up to 10, maybe 20 if we're really good. But humans have like a really broad spectrum of emotions, right? And thanks to language, we have a lot of labels for them. So a feelings wheel is supposed to help us, like, one, normalize the fact that we have all feelings, and two, help us to better start to identify them, which is the first step in that process I told you about. Identification, validation, expression, and then communication. So y'all should use these.
Okay. Cool.
It'll help you be more emotionally attuned to yourself, more emotionally available. Yeah.
Do you want to see how many emotions we can name off the top of our heads?
Let's try, yes, without looking.
Without looking.
That's fun.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and then we'll end it on that one. All right.
Anger.
Good.
Okay.
Sadness?
Good. Yep, for sure.
Happy.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember the Disney cartoon.
Good, yes, Inside Out. That's
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yes. Oh, yeah. What is it? Joy. I just remember their colors.
Sometimes, they did that because sometimes for a lot of people, feelings are colors, right? Like sometimes we experience them, and a lot of times as therapists, we'll ask our clients to describe their feeling. Like if it has a color, if it has a size, if it has a weight. Sometimes when I'm like going through it, I tell my therapist, I'm like, it's the size of like a planet or a solar system. Like I cannot, like it's so big. But yeah, keep going. You have 3 so far. Anger, joy, sadness.
Horny.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another, yes, it's a feeling.
Hell yeah.
Also like a sensation, but it could be also an emotion for sure. There's a difference between sensations and emotions, right? But it counts.
I was thinking of the hormone monster from Big Mouth. Have you seen Big Mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Scared?
Yes, good. That's a core, generally considered a core emotion.
Anxiety, would that be one too?
Yeah. Anxious.
Yeah. Anxious.
Yeah. 6 so far.
There's a lot.
I'm legit trying to think of the characters from the movie, and
That's what I was thinking, but then I just blank.
Damn, I don't know.
Is that all?
I'm tapping out.
Yeah, I think that's it. We got 6 of them.
6, y'all. Okay, so 12 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is
What's
love?
12 times 6?
Love on there?
Yeah, loving is one for sure.
Oh, yeah.
7.
We forgot about that one.
That's a big one. Yeah.
72.
72. So y'all got 7 out of 72 that are on here. And I included blank spaces on this because there's going to be feelings that aren't included on here, right? That maybe we experience. So when I have my clients like do actual emotional processing for like a certain situation and stuff, I'll have them print a big version of this, and then we'll like write in like whatever feelings maybe aren't listed on here.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll go one by one. We'll spend sessions and sessions processing that emotion one by one when needed.
So out of all these stickers,
Yeah.
which one would you say you would want to represent you on our little light here?
That's so good. Probably this one from Toxica.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toxic to Tranqui.
Nice. We'll definitely put that one on there.
Yeah, I like that one.
I think we're going to put the motion wheel there. So
I think y'all should definitely put that one too.
Our guests can be like, okay, how do you feel going into this? And how do you
How do
feel
you
getting
use
out
it?
of it?
Yes, yes. Or this one, Healing is Hot. That one's good too.
That one's cool.
I like them all.
Awesome.
So we have a gift for you as well.
Oh,
It's a little shot glass from A-Town.
thank you. I love that. Thank y'all. That's very cool. What do y'all shoot? I drink mezcal.
Oh, fuck. All I have is Buzzball right now.
I'm not saying we have to shoot anything. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I mean, we can.
We can. You know what? I'm a whiskey guy. When I do shots, I like whiskey.
Thank you all for
same.
this. I love shot glasses.
I just can't do tequila
Me neither.
because it just reminds me of too many
Too
things
many
in the
bad
past.
nights. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Jaeger. I've blacked out with Jaeger so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't do Jaeger. I stay away from whiskey, tequila, and I definitely stay away from, what's the other one that tastes like Robitussin? Oh, that's Jaeger, huh?
Jaeger,
yeah. Tastes like licorice. Ew.
Friends of mine, they like doing Rumplemints.
Oh, I don't like
And
that
I'm like,
either.
what
I'll
the
do
fuck
it.
is wrong
but
with you?
It's so gross.
Yeah.
It's so
Have
disgusting.
you had a Rumplemints?
It's like minty.
I don't think so.
Oh, dude.
So
Don't.
gross.
It's like
yeah.
drinking mouthwash.
Yeah. And then you like swallow the mouthwash.
Yeah.
It's so gross. And it's like syrupy. Not
Yeah.
recommended. Not my thing.
No, y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Adriana. Anything you wanna plug before we close out?
Yeah, I want to invite you all, specifically both of you. I hope y'all can make it on Saturday, June 20th to Viejo Coffee. We're going to be talking this time at Pausa and Café about neurodivergence, specifically about how our brains and bodies work and how that kind of ties into psychology and all things that matter. So yeah, you
cool.
and all your listeners, I hope can make it.
Yeah, we'll definitely we'll put a clip out to help you promote that.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me. I love this. This was so much fun.
Yeah,
Thank
of course.
you.
Yeah.
And then where can people follow you?
Follow me at La Pausa Practice. That's my business handle. And then my personal handle is Adriana T with 3 I's.
Okay, we'll link it on there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Take a look in the description. It'll be on there. Thank you so much for this therapy session. Sal, any last words?
No.
Thank you all. I really, really appreciated it. Thank you.
All right. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Love you.